Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Welcome to Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. I am your host, Mark Stephen Pooler. We have a wonderful guest today, Karen Hunter. Mindset is so important to get to the end destinations that we're all looking to get to. We all want results. We want to achieve success, great health, great relationships, and it all starts with mindset. So stay tuned. I want to make an official shout out to our show sponsors, Craig Shelley, Beverly Hills Luxury Watches and Fine Jewellery at craigshelley.com. We are streaming live on mspnewsglobal.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and we're also on the E360 TV network under Fresh Takes on Apple TV, Fire TV, Android TV, Roku, and many more. Let's bring in our amazing guest, Karen Hunter. Karen, welcome to Brilliance Business TV.
Hi, Mark. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing really well, and it's great to have you today, Karen. Mindset is so important, and you support your clients into getting the results that they want to get. I would just like to go back a little bit, Karen, so people get to know you. Tell us a little bit about your past, your background that has led you to the work you're doing today.
Yeah, well, it is so important, mindset. I just want to sort of step on that point that you've just made, because it is important, and it's not just positive thinking. It's so much more than that. It's so much deeper than mindset and positive thinking, because mindset is like this throwaway, not to sort of step on what you've said, but, we think mindset is just like, you focus in one point and then you can't get involved with the negative, but it really is so much more than that. And there's a reason that, there's a good reason why we do this and why it is so important. So my past background, we all know what it feels, what it is to be unhappy at work and, in our relationships, especially with who we are. And it feels like, sometimes we hit a wall and we aren't progressing, and we just feel a bit blah some days, and it can feel like life is hard work. So early on in my life, if I didn't progress in my job, my career, my relationships, and especially my finances, I'd go elsewhere. I'd move on. The job wasn't right, so it must be another job that's going to fix everything in my life. Or I need to read that other book, or I need to go to that other relationship that's, that will have all those qualities that I really need. And it was the only thing that I knew how to do in order to fix, what I thought was the problem. I take action and move on to something else. And I don't know if you sort of identify with this, Mark, but it wasn't until years and years later, after life experience and, perspective, and that's what's so good about getting older, a little bit, but I realized that, surprise, like the problem, or the opportunity started with me. And actually, I found that years later, real growth and progression aren't a result of moving on to a new role or a new company or a new relationship, which is what we really tend to go for. It's about personal growth. wherever you are, whoever you are right now, we know wherever you go, you take yourself with you. And when I took responsibility and I started to be honest with myself and ask those real questions, like what is the one common denominator in my life, in my relationships, in my jobs, in my experience, it came down to me. So I knew that if I wanted real change, a happier, more satisfying, comfortable life, even just something comfortable, I had to discover like me, the real me at my core, because I knew that there was certain things, there were certain patterns. I started to look, things were just not working in some areas, and it was the same in wherever I was, what that job or that relationship. I had no idea how to do this. I always had a very distorted attitude to myself in the world, and that I can honestly say that wasn't like I just didn't know what was going on because it was so familiar, and that was the problem. It seemed very normal to me, and it does seem very normal to us. So now I look back, and even though I had this outer confidence, okay, but it was covering up this huge instability within me. I was lacking true self-belief. I was lacking confidence, passion, fun. I didn't know what a love of life felt like. I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved people in my life, but I didn't know what passion, my heart feeling alive felt like, and our meaning, and we say that these things in our life should be enough. We should settle for where we are, and that's fine. I can understand why people do settle, but for me, there was just something missing. It wasn't doing something, expressing myself. I felt disconnected from a part of me. And there was like this low level of dissatisfaction running through my life. And it was in this worry, doubt and fear, always on the lookout for something bad to happen. I was outwardly reasonably successful, but on the inside, I felt unstable. I felt alone, and this disconnectedness. Do you recognize that?
I totally relate to what you're saying, Karen. It's chasing all those things that you feel will take you to happiness, but when in fact happiness does come from within. So it is the inner work and those belief systems that can make the difference.
It is. Yeah, and we say, happiness is inside, you've got to be happy, but I never understood what that meant. Not really. Like on a level where you could really connect with that. I just thought, okay, well, if I start saying, positive things, then that will just make me, but it doesn't. We're dealing with something very, very strong within us, which is our mind. So we've got this heart and mind disconnect. So when I started to open up to the fact that I had this mental conditioning, and it was running my life, and that's when I saw opportunities, and I came across the program Thinking into Results, and it completely changed my life. I'd already started working on myself before that, so because I was in worry, doubt, and fear, so my choices and my decisions weren't the best for me. And because, we know that the mind always looks for problems, and if it looks for problems, it's always going to find them. So this work that I do is about releasing from that old perspectives of mind that, that are just going to keep us where we are. And that's why we're stuck. We're just so used to that. We need to identify those things in order to release from those things. So our true nature, our true creativity comes up to the top, and then we're in our integrity. We're we are solid and we are stable. So it doesn't matter what's going on outside of us, and this is what I teach. There are so many things that will knock us off course if we are not strong in ourselves and who we are. It's like when you're in a relationship with somebody, if you know that you are strong with that person, if you know that you are absolutely solid, and no matter what the tests you have, no matter what happens in life, then things come to test us. And I think that's how it is. It's good to see it. If you have that strength, that solidness, then you're unshakable. And that's who I wanted to be. And that's through what I do and through thinking into results is what I teach. You become, unshakable. You become, you become so solid in who you are. You go out and create what you want, because ultimately your confidence, your self-belief is intrinsic with your creative true nature, at your core. So any fear, doubt and worry will just, if that's so strong within us, then we sort of err to that side. We can't make the right decisions, we can't make the right choices because life is scary. And if we've always known that, so we have to release those things to get to the good stuff. Yeah. So that is why I wanted to that's how I wanted to create and why I wanted to do this.
You mentioned a great point there, Karen. You mentioned the heart and mind, and that a lot of people are disconnected. And it now is scientifically proven that the heart and the mind are connected, and the mind has a stronger electromagnetic field than the mind as well. Correct me if my terminology is wrong. So it's so important that we're tapped into our heart intuition as well as our mind intuition to create a new reality. The mind is a lot more powerful. The heart is a lot more powerful than the mind. And it's really important that we are connected to our heart as well. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. And I think it's, to give an analogy of what you've just said is so good, Mark. Because it's like, when you say the mind and our old outdated beliefs, we have a friend called Fear, Doubt and Worry, who's always saying, oh, don't do that. Oh my God, did you really say that? And it's constantly putting you down, saying you're not good enough and you can't do this, saying, oh, everything is this critical person. And what thinking into and what I teach is to just say goodbye to that friend that is doing you no good whatsoever. And then what happens is you get this amazing, beautiful person that comes into your life who is like your heart, who is your natural expression, like your true nature, who absolutely loves you so much and wants to give you everything and wants to show you the right path, for you, wants to absolutely shower you with love and adoration, and it wants to give you everything that you want, the success. And it does sound really magical and a fantasy, but that is just an analogy of what really happens when you remove the things that aren't gonna. And this is why people do things what people say and follow what other people do, but it doesn't work for them, because they're not expressing their true creativity, what their soul and what their heart wants to express. So we're all sort of running around, following each other, doing what other people do, but it's not working for us. And then we're like really confused, going, why is this not working? Well, it's not really your blueprint. It's not designed for who you are. Like, you are unique. We are individuals, unique. So when that's what we need to express. Stop following other people. Find out who you are underneath. And this is this is, honestly, your life transforms. It's a transformational program, and it's so successful. Like, people are starting to understand what their, authentic nature is. They want to get in touch with that, and that's it's so genuine, and it's such a brilliant way to live.
It makes total sense to me, Karen, because I've had bad mindset, I've had good mindset, and I definitely know which one I prefer. And when you do the inner work and you work on your belief systems, it's exactly what you just mentioned. So many people are just on autopilot and have negative thinking and negative self-talk. But when you do connect and to your heart, your mind, and you've done all of that inner work, it's exactly what you mentioned. Instead of that inner voice being negative, it becomes a really positive. So you can do this, go for it. And it's just completely the opposite. So you still have that little voice, but it's more encouraging and positive rather than negative. But it still actually really shocks me how many people in the world are just going round on autopilot, not believing in their self and having really negative belief systems. We are the minority. I know the world is waking up, but most people of the population still are on autopilot, which is quite shocking to me when we're so open and done all the work that there's so many people still asleep, Karen.
Well, I think everybody's a catalyst, and to that, like, I have had enough of this. What is going on? Because this is not working, and I had that so many times dramatically in my life. I know what it is to suffer so badly, and I don't want that for other people. I don't. It's just not fair, and we don't know what to do. And I think I had my life was about following what other people wanted me to do, because I had some shocking experiences when I was younger, and I just did what everybody told me, and I was following because I thought they were right. They were the leaders, they were the authority, and I didn't know what authority was in me. Nobody told me to believe in myself, or I didn't even know what that meant. And I just followed, blindly. We're all sort of following each other a little bit blindly, but it's now like our chance to sort of really go, this isn't about becoming better and stronger and, faster and all those things. It's about opening yourself up to that realization that you are somebody who has like unique creativity and expressing that out into the world. Give yourself a chance to believe in who you are, and like this absolute beautiful soul underneath that you have, that wants to come up, and it's pushing you until you listen to it. So I just think that's so important. Stop listening to other people. Take a chance on you. Take a chance on who you are. Yeah, trust yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe that there is something within you that wants to come up and rise. And, you don't have to, you might not be, it has a plan for you, and your conscious mind won't understand it. There's going to be certain things that you go through, and if you're going through them already, then it's obviously trying to shake you up. So if you want to discover that, if people would love to discover that, then I urge you to get involved and start doing the work with me, because it is the most amazing journey. I can't speak highly of it enough. And I have, when you start to shed these outdated beliefs, like life becomes like a gorgeous sunny day like we have right now, like today. And you walk around in peace, flow, and joy. It is.
Yes.
Yeah,
You wake
exactly.
up looking forward to the day and all the great opportunities that can come that day. Karen, that's a great message. We're going to a commercial break. So we have lots to cover, and I want to talk more about thinking into results after the commercial break. So stay where you are. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for part 1 of Brilliance Business TV. We're here with Karen Hunter. She has shared her journey of starting her path and career, feeling a little unsettled, going from job to job, trying to find happiness. But then she realized that the work started within. She discovered thinking into results, and now she helps others. She is a high performance mindset mentor, and she helps people to get the results that they want in life. Join us after the commercial break. Welcome back to Brilliance Business TV. We're joined here with Karen Hunter, high performance mindset mentor. She has shared her personal journey. We have talked a lot about mindset, belief systems, heart and mind connection. Karen, can you tell us a little bit about thinking into results?
Yeah, so can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
So I think it's coming out of my earphones, I think. Oh no, I can hear you now. So thinking into results is a 6-month high impact program that facilitates permanent change, because it focuses and works on releasing an individual's fixed, limited, outdated beliefs, like I just said, so they can leverage the natural creative power of the mind, and you can make dramatic shifts in all areas of your life. And this is in career, if you want to start a business, or if you're in business, in relationships, health, wealth, finances. And it really is, because when your creative juice is, like, for want of a better word, it's stifled by worry, doubt, and fear, for example. Worry, doubt, and fear is very loud, so when they're very loud, that's all you can hear, and you start making decisions and choices based on how noisy something is, right? And you can't make the right choices for you. And we are in an environment now, and we've always been in an environment where, we've been so influenced by what's going on outside. It's so noisy, isn't it, Mark? I mean, just looking at my it's like just looking at my YouTube. I've got the adverts, and I don't pay for the skip, not having adverts, and it's just like loads of people that's like, get this, do this, buy this, work with me, I'm amazing, like, you've got to do this, like, fix your life. And it's just bombardment of noise. It's just so much information. And if you don't know how to switch that off, if you don't know how to just be who you are, and that's solid and in that integrity, and just to keep focusing on where you're going and what you're doing, then it's so overwhelming. And we've got all these, and they're just distractions. So we can just be thrown from here to there. We don't have to follow the peanut gallery, the people that might say things or, tell us like that their way is the right way. So thinking into results really facilitates this. It will put you back into harmony with the true you, not because the worry, doubt, and fear are just distractions, just like so many. And when we have that, then we attract those things in our life, those distractions on high sort of emotions. So that's total
sense. It makes total sense. And what are some of the common problems that your clients are facing when they start working with you, or struggles that people face that thinking in results would be great for?
So, I've worked with people that it's distraction. A lot of people start looking at the things that they want and looking at that as the dream, and then they start to get really confident, and but then there are other things which sort of, their life is here and then they want to go here, but then there's certain things in life where they're afraid for one lady, to stand up for herself in a situation with her partner, or to express her wants and needs, in her career, and that can be scary. But if you don't do that, you're always going to stay where you are. So it's a matter. It's getting to the belief in yourself, and when you keep doing those things and you get the confidence, when you start to really take a chance in yourself, then you start to believe it. And that's what thinking into results facilitates. That's what I help my clients. And a lot of the time, there's a lady that I know that she really struggled with loving herself, and connecting to that part of herself. And that self-love was really, she felt really broken, and she couldn't, and that's that disconnection with who we are. And I just, took her through it. I was holding her hand, and, it's about being there, with who you are, because this is your journey, and to rely on other people to sort of, to understand this is really difficult. Nobody can understand this, apart from a mentor that does thinking into results. So you've got to work with somebody who's been through this, been through this scenario. Were you going to say something?
I just think it's great. It's everything. It's not just focused on business. It's focused on all aspects of life. So it's career, relationships, health, wealth, abundance. And that's great. And it's really rewarding for you. You have been through it. It's transformed your life. But then it's just great for you that you can see the results in your clients. That's really rewarding. I know how that feels when you're serving others and really seeing transformation in others. And I can imagine when they take those first few steps, they may get some small results, but those small results build the confidence, which then builds the belief, and it's just an ongoing process. I totally relate to that. Karen, I would like to ask you go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's really important to just know that, you are the nucleus in your life. It's just like, your relationships, your career, your health, your wealth, those are parts like around you. But when you change you, these other things change. Because when you change you at a foundational core, then you can go and take action in
Yes.
that sense with that person, or you can do the things. It's not about your business or finances, because and this is why it's so successful, because you're changing you at your very core. And when like I said at the beginning, when you're just changing certain areas of your life, when you're just changing a job or a relationship or a person, it doesn't work, because you're still you. Wherever you go, you take yourself with you. So
it makes sense. So share some golden nuggets with us, Karen. A few tips for people to implement right now. Share some of your wisdom, some golden nuggets. Only a couple will be fine, but give us something to implement.
I suppose, okay, if you have a meaningful goal, have a meaningful goal. Have one that excites you and scares you at the same time. Your logical mind is going to tell you that you won't be able to achieve it. And this is why so many people give up on their dreams, because they base going after the goal on the premise that they don't have the necessary skills or the resources that they need to achieve it. They get inspired.
Or other people's beliefs as well. Sometimes other people don't think it's possible for you as well.
Yeah,
and that can make you not believe in yourself when other people, and that's their negative beliefs.
It is. It's so true. You've actually hit the nail on the head, and that's like the distractions of other people, because we are so influenced by our environment, by other people, by what people say, and they flatten our potential. They flatten, our true nature, and that true nature, that potential within us goes like small again, and that's why we hope, we live in hope, but we need to know, we need to really cherish that to come out. And so, we can get inspired one minute and then it fizzles in the next. And, they go back on believing what they can achieve. So I would urge you not to be that person. So when you set your big, lofty, scary goal, despite having no idea how to achieve it, chaos is going to run rampant in your mind and your body, because it goes against everything that you know to be true. You don't have the time, you don't have the money, you don't know the people, maybe, you don't even know what the first thing is you need to do. So at the Proctor Gallagher Institute, this is what we call the terror barrier. When you come face to face with fear, doubt and worry, you have two choices. So you can either settle, forget the goal, go back to doing something less challenging, or you can bust through it. And I'm all for busting through it. So when we experience worry, doubt, or fear, this is being uncomfortable, okay? We cancel the call, the email, we don't send it out, we flake out of the event, we ditch the thing that's going to move us forward, and we start to settle for where we are, and we say, this is good enough, right? But the thing is, you don't have to. This means, when this happens, it means you're on track. In fact, putting a goal out there that scares the bejesus out of you, scares the living daylights out of you, is a sign that you're actually looking for, that tells you exactly where you need to be. On the other side of that terror barrier, on the other side of taking that risk, it will give you everything that you've ever dreamed of, every time. So you just got to keep walking forward. But, and I teach you how to do this. I did it, and you can totally do it. And when you push beyond your comfort zone, even if you fail, you're going to learn something. And that is going to, be the building blocks to adjust your sails to continue on. And it's so important. You've just got to keep going, keep trying. So keep going, choose a worthy goal and bet on yourself, because when you do, you're going to astonish yourself by what you're capable of. So get in touch with that beauty within yourself. And this is about taking charge of your life. Start living, start feeling alive, and create what you want, express that, feel alive again. So that's one.
That's a great word of wisdom. Goal setting is so important. And I remember when I used to set goals, I'd set big goals, but as I got more confident, I'd set even bigger ones, to the point now my goals are so huge, and there would be people that would probably laugh in my face when I told them what my goals are. But I know the importance of having those big goals, and I truly believe I will get to them because I'll put in the work, I'll put in the action. I know it will take time, but when you set bigger goals, you get bigger results, and it does work. I just know the beauty of setting great goals. So that's a great golden nugget. We are coming up to the last couple of minutes of the show, Karen. I've really enjoyed having a conversation. Just tell us a little bit about your 6-month program and who you would like to work with, who should get in touch with you.
I think if you are somebody that wants to explore more in your life, that wants to have more, be more, and do more, if you are, in a process of trial and error in your life and it's just not working for you, if you feel stuck, then call me. Let's have a discovery call, and let's see what, where you are stuck and what's holding you back, because I guarantee, you can definitely get out of it. I can help you to do that. And definitely, it's going to be amazing, and you're going to see what's there to release, because there will be something, and everybody has something. I used to be somebody that was very miserable. And I used to have this inflated confidence I was happy. I was happy, but I used to wake up a little bit miserable, and I forced myself to be happy. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. I don't want people to just settle. I want people to feel like they're living. God, we're not here to pay our bills. We're not here to be in the hustle and bustle, to force things into like a square peg into a round hole. It's got to be fun. It's got to be fun. We've got to enjoy it. So if you're not enjoying it, and if anything I have said is, inspires you, if it resonates with you, then definitely book a call with me. Mark, if you got the email. And also I'm doing a session thing on Clubhouse every Tuesday 8:00 called the Empowered Soul Sessions, and this is where we discuss this stuff, because I do the videos and with clients, but it's good to have those discussions for people to really get a sense of what this is all about, and just looking at something differently can change your life. So having that perception really is everything. So I would, go and check that out. Or book a call with me, and let's have a really exciting chat. Discussion or chat.
I would encourage everyone to get in touch with Karen at truthandflow.com. That is Karen at truthandflow.com. Karen at truthandflow.com. Karen, I could talk to you all day. I have really enjoyed having a conversation with you, and I love the work you're doing. I'm a big fan of Bob Proctor. His work is phenomenal. And if anyone's work can help you to get the results that you desire, it's Bob Proctor's work. Thank you so much for coming on to Brilliance Business TV.
Thank you for having me, Mark. It's good to see you again.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you, everyone, for watching Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.